What's going on, Facebook? This is TK here with another episode of Talk to TK. And today I want to talk to you about process over outcome and what that mentality really looks like. This area has been a huge area of growth for me because I usually get really excited at the beginning of projects, and then as time goes on, if I don't see progress going the way I would want, or I have an off day, then I just kind of over time just decline. And really that is a very bad model, and a very bad way in which you want to go about accomplishing anything big, anything that you want to do that's so big and you know can help so many people. You want to make sure that you have staying power. And so, just to dive right in, the process over outcome mentality is the ability to stay focused on the journey without getting too caught up in the destination. And I know that's something that I know I've done before, where I'm really working hard to accomplish something, and all I can think about is, man, in one more year, I can be this strong, and in 6 months, I could have this many paintings, or in 6 months, I could be here, I could have this car, or I could have this house, or I could have this business, or whatever skill, business, whatever it is you're focused on. You don't want to get too caught up in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years down the line, because you start thinking so far ahead, and then you miss all the little steps that you're supposed to be taking to actually get to that destination. So having the destination is great, but then we have to scale it back and make sure that we're staying in the process, staying in the moment, to make sure we're doing the right things at the right time with the right people to get us to that destination. So when you're training and you're growing and you're learning new skills, there has to be a level of patience that comes along with this new venture that you're choosing to go on. And this is sort of like a learning curve. And like I've mentioned before, I like to call this learning curve your staying power. You have to be willing and patient to stay in the process, in the moment. So let's break down what process over outcome really means. So the process is all the little steps needed to reach your goals. So those 45-minute workouts that you do 5 days a week, that's a part of the process. Those 30 minutes of studying that you do each evening to get that certification, the 30 minutes of studying is the actual process. 15-minute daily yoga sessions or 15-minute daily meditation sessions, that is a part of the process. That's how you're growing yourself. That's how you're taking another step forward. That's how you're learning to be consistent over and over again, to make sure that you're staying on track for what your final destination really is. The outcome is the final destination. So the result of all that hard work, getting a full ride scholarship because you worked really hard in school and you were excelled in the classroom and in your particular sport, so you were offered a full ride scholarship. Getting in beach body shape. I know summer is here, and a lot of people had a goal of having that beach body, and when the summer got here, you may not have hit your goal, but that's because in January, in February, in March, you may not have been putting in the work that you needed because you were so focused on what you were going to be doing in July. And so that's another example. Getting your certification. I know that there are a lot of people out there who are working to get their first aid or their medic certification, or they're working to get a realtor's license, or they're working to attain some type of certificate that will allow them to advance in whatever it is that they want to advance in. And you don't just wake up and have that certification. You have to take the time out of your day every day until that exam to make sure you're ready. And you have to do a lot of the same things over and over. That repetition is really where you truly learn to stick with the grind and stick with the process of doing the things that you may not like doing all the time in order to get to that outcome that's somewhere down the road. And so that staying power is what takes an athlete or a person or a business from average to good, and from good to great. The staying power is what will take you, your athlete, your business, whatever it is you're doing, that's what will take you from average to good and from good to great. If we quit after the first failure, we miss out on so many opportunities to grow and get better. And then it's in those processes that you really understand what your limits are, where you really understand where you're strong, where you maybe need some help, where you maybe didn't think you understood everything as well as you did. And so you bring a partner in to help you get to that final destination, somebody who's on board with your vision. And it's in that process that you learn all these things. So look, the bottom line is there's no quick solution. There's no wishing, there's no hoping, there's no, if I go to sleep and wake up, boom, my dream will be here. No, you have to work for it. And the only way to get where you want to be is by putting in the work. It's just what it is. Everybody has to do it. That's that. So you have to be willing to commit to the grind. Stay focused on the journey. Don't get too caught up in the destination, because that is where dreams and things that you want to achieve in life, that is where you start to sway and like, maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe I do want to do this. Or someone talks you out of it, or someone talks bad about what you're doing, or has negative things to say. You have to block all of that out. Stay focused on what you're doing, because you know it's right for you. And you feel it when it's right for you. So stay focused. So here's something that I want you to do. You can write it down in the chat. You can write it down in your phone, write it down on a piece of paper, write it down on your mirror. I don't care where you write it down, but you need to write this down. All right, everybody ready? Here we go. I don't have to see the evidence to know it's working. I'm going to say it a few more times. I don't have to see the evidence to know it's working. I don't have to see the evidence to know it's working. And let me explain what that means. Here's something that I have learned just from talking to a lot of people who have been in the personal growth business and just understand leadership a little bit more, and they understand how we grow. And personal growth is like Chinese bamboo sticks. See, Chinese bamboo sticks, they take 5 years to pop above the surface. And then once it pops up, you can visually see it growing. But in order to even get to that point, you have to water it and fertilize it the entire time. The entire time you have to water and fertilize it. In fact, in 5 weeks, once it is above the surface, it can grow up to 90 feet tall. So think about that. You're growing bamboo in your backyard, and your neighbors are looking at you, and you keep watering this one spot on the ground, and you keep fertilizing it and watering it, and months have gone by, and months have gone by, and even years have gone by, and they don't see anything, and they're just talking about you, and they're like, oh, just stop doing it. It's not working. The seed's bad. It doesn't work. And then boom, 5 years later, you can start seeing something above the surface. And then boom, 5 weeks after that, it can be 90 feet tall. That's exactly how personal growth works. It works behind the scenes. You may not see evidence of it for a long time because it's growing inside of you. That personal growth is growing inside of you, right? But you have to keep fertilizing and watering it. And then one day, all of a sudden, it will show unbelievable growth. You have to keep studying for that certification. You have to keep working out. You have to stay on your nutrition plan. You have to stay focused on what it is you're trying to do, on how you're trying to go. Keep reading those books, keep studying, keep working out, keep focusing on your skills, keep honing in on your skills, keep honing in on those talents, because one day, out of nowhere, you will show unbelievable growth, and everybody will call you, oh, whoa, where did she come from? Where did this come from? I didn't know she could do this. I didn't know he could do that. Whatever it is, you have to keep watering and fertilizing yourself to grow to the levels that you want to grow. Those overnight success, they're not really overnight success. I hate to break it to you, there's no such things, but they come from people or a person, a team working nonstop when nobody else had hope, when other people gave up, when other people may have walked away from the project because they weren't seeing the progress. Those overnight success are from people who keep watering and fertilizing their dream every single day. And then look, your friends, your colleagues, They see that you didn't quit on your dream, even though they quit on their dream. And they may try to take you with them. Oh, well, my dream fell through, so don't follow your dream. It's just going to fall through anyways. No, no. Keep watering it. Keep fertilizing it. Keep going every single day. When you're tired, find some way to work on it for 30 minutes one day if you're really tired. Some days you'll work on it for 3 hours. Some days you'll work on it for 30 minutes. Some days you work on it for 10 minutes. But you have to keep going. Because once you shoot up to the sky, your scores get better. Your overall performance improves. You start to think differently. You start to walk differently. Your mindset changes. Your bank account changes. Your friends change. Everything around you starts to change because you're so focused on the process and not the outcome. Everything around you, everything about you, the people you come in contact with, the people you talk to the most, all of that stuff starts to change. Your mindset, everything starts to change because you're so focused on the process and not the outcome. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to grow. You want your team to grow. You want your friends to change. You want to be bigger, better, and most of all, you want to be significant. And this is how you become significant. You do not stop no matter what. So stay focused on the process, because all of those things that you're chasing, all of those things that you're wanting, that you know are meant for you, will come as long as you stay with the process. You will get over that hill. And once you have tasted significance, success will never satisfy. Success is adding value to yourself. Significance is adding value to someone else. So I'm going to say the whole thing again. Once you have tasted significance, success will never satisfy. Success is adding value to yourself. Significance is adding value to someone else. So go be significant. And now that we've written down our statement, I want you to say it. Say it out loud. Say it to, if you're sitting next to someone, say it to them. I don't have to see the evidence to know it's working. I don't have to see the evidence to know it's working. So why is this important? So this is really important because typically what happens is you become the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. And so if you feel like you're not going anywhere, you've been stagnant, you aren't getting the positive feedback that maybe you want, or you aren't getting that encouragement that you need, look around you. Look at who you talk to the most. Look at who you spend your time with the most. Are they lifting you up or are they bringing you down? The 5 people you hang around with, you become the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. So this is why process over outcome is so important, though, because you're committing to the grind and you're redirecting your focus to what is within your inner locus of control, which is your discipline, your motivation, your organization. And driving the actions needed to achieve the desired outcome is directly related to your inner locus of control. And so if what you're trying to accomplish is that important, you may lose some friends along the way. That's okay. You're going for something bigger, better. You're going for significance. That's okay. As an athlete, I know that putting in those extra hours, sometimes, man, I didn't feel like it. It was hot, so I made an excuse. Oh, it's too hot outside. I'll do it in the afternoon when the sun goes down. Then the afternoon came and the sun goes down. Oh, I'm too tired. I don't feel like doing it. I just want to watch my TV shows or whatever it is. We can't make those excuses for ourselves because we're preventing ourselves from growing. And that's not what we want. So for the athletes that are listening out there, remember, you're always going to have more practice days and more workout days than you ever will have games in one season. So those workouts is where the real growth happens. Those workouts is what you need to be doing consistently every single day in order to be at your best come game time. Because you may, as a basketball player, you may play 30 games top in one season, but you probably practice 300 days. That goes for football, baseball, soccer, volleyball, anything. People going to school, You're going to go sit in class and study more hours than you ever will have to take tests in a class. But guess what? You need all of that information in order to pass that test, in order to be successful at writing that paper or producing that project. You need all that information. So put your time and energy in the process of what you're doing, because that's where you're going to spend majority of your time as you continue to ride the train up to significance. Being able to execute the plan consistently with or without the feeling of motivation is so important, because believe me, like I've mentioned, you're not going to want to work out every day. You're not going to want to study every day, but you're committed to your goals, and doing something you don't feel like doing sometimes is a part of that. There are a lot of things that I don't like doing, but I do them because I know it's going to make me better. I know it's going to make my business grow. I know it's going to make me grow as a person. I know where it can take me if I just stay committed. So we have long-term and short-term goals, right? So your telescope goal is what I call them, is what you want to achieve in the future. And your microscope goals tell you how you are going to achieve it. And that's really where we're still focused on here, is the microscope goal. How are we going to achieve what we want? And that's where your plan comes in. So you need steps to help you remain in the present moment to get you to your end game. And what happens is, everyone from time to time gets caught up dreaming about the future, and they never focus on the present and what it will take to get to the future. And then boom, the future arrives and you're still not where you want to be. And now you're thinking back on all the time you wasted 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. So don't be that person who, man, I had all the time in the world a year ago to do this, and now I could be thriving, but I didn't do it because you said, I'll do it later. Or you said, oh, the future is so far away, I have time. No, the time is now. Now. 2 acronyms, ACE and WIN. ACE, action changes everything. WIN, what's important now. Those 2 things keep you going. What's important right now? I need to study right now. I need to do this right now. I need to go for that run right now. Whatever your goals are, align your goals, your long-term goals, with baby steps that you can do right now, a little bit at a time. When you focus on the process, you always win because you are improving daily. It may not feel like you got better, and the immediate results may not show the next day, but you have to trust that you're getting 1% better. When you focus on the process, you always win because you are improving daily. It may not feel like you got better, and the immediate results may not show right away, but you have to trust that you are getting 1% better. So listen to this. Just think about it. You can type your answers in the chat and just let me know what your thoughts are. Would you rather have $1 million today or 1 penny today, but it's doubled every day for 30 days? Go ahead and type your answers in the chat. Would you rather have $1 million today or 1 penny today, but it doubles every day for 30 days? So let's think about this. $1 million today, what could that do for you? It could get you out of debt. It could get you into a house that you want. It could get you a new car. It can get you a lot of things, a lot of material things that can go away at any point in time. $1 million can turn your life around if you have a lot of debt and you can just pay all of it off in one fell swoop. It can literally change your life. But 1 penny today, doubled every day for 30 days, looks like this. On day 1, you have 1 cent. On day 2, you have 2 cents. On day 3, you have 4 cents. On day 4, you have 8 cents. On day 12, you have $20.48. On day 15, you have $163.84. On day 20, you have just over $5,000. On day 25, you have $167,000, $167,772. On day 31, you have over $10.7 million. That's a lot. From that one penny that you got today, that was doubled every day for 30 days. If we stop at 30, it's 5.3. It's over 5.3 million. If you go all the way to 31, it gets up to 10.7 million. So remember, what you do today will put you in position for tomorrow. In that way, once you get there, whatever your future goal is, you will be ready. Remember, what you do today will put you in position for tomorrow. In that way, once you get there, whatever your future goal is, you will be ready. There's nothing like reaching your end game and you're not ready for it. And then what happens? What do we do? What's next? Oh my gosh, I'm here. Now what? Prepare. The process prepares you for that. So the last thing that I really want to leave you with is don't get stuck or don't stop because you are measuring incorrectly. There are a lot of things that go into measuring your long-term goals and whatever it is that you're chasing. Don't get caught up in measuring incorrectly or measuring or focusing on the wrong things. Focus on the process. Don't let the start stop you. To sum up how the process over outcome works, do a little, a lot, and not a lot, a little. Do a little, a lot, and not a lot, a little. It adds up. It doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on the path towards success. You should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. I'll say it one more time because that was a pretty long quote, but I think it really sums up everything that we just discussed. And it really just hits home about how process over outcome works. It doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on the path towards success. You should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. Thanks everyone for tuning in to another episode of Talk to TK. I hope this motivated you. I hope this puts you in a different mental space. I hope this gave you a different perspective on life and achieving your goals. I really, really do hope that this made an impact on you and you go out and you seize the day and you continue to move forward with your life plans, whatever they are. Thank you again for tuning in. It was great as always. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Please feel free to follow my social media at Mindset 180 Academy. I'm always available to talk, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you.